Hey everybody and welcome to another Sunday evening with the CGN crew. I am joined today by Big Aaron and Josh, and we of course are working on our slow grow league models. At least I think we are. We'll do the check-in here in a minute. I have I'm gonna pull my camera back so everyone can see. I have my three buggies, my anti-aircraft gun and my Chaplain on bike. They've all been based, they've been primed, they've been airbrushed, and now I just have to do my fairly simple, not too complicated Space Marine pattern. Most of the mystique of my Space Marine army is created by the highlights that I did with the airbrush, which allows me to get through a bunch of Marines pretty quickly. But uh, I wouldn't put them up for any awards. So hopefully today I'll get through a bunch of those. Um, that's what I'm working on. Also, if you would like to join us in the Slow Grow League, please do so on our Discord channel. We now have a special section, and we're going to go into Discord a bit more. That section is for the Slow Grow, and you can post your points. I know there's a couple other people, including Gamer Addict Frank, who are joining us with the Slow Grow, and Big Aaron has already linked the links in the chat, which is so fantastic that he's on top of it. Thank you so much, Aaron. And with that, Aaron, what are you working on today?
I am working on my Death Shroud Terminators. I am getting close. Still feels like a ways to go, but I have been working on them for about 3 weeks now, and there's only three of them. So I need to hurry up because in the background here that you don't see is a whole bunch of Cursed City zombies just waiting to be put together back here. Just waiting.
So first, I want to I want to ask what Josh is up to, but then I want to get back to you and I want to understand what you're doing that's taking so long on those models because I know that you're being very precise, but I don't understand in what way. But I want to circle back to that. So Josh,
Okay.
what are
Yeah,
you doing? What are you up to?
I am finishing up my 500 points at the by the end of the day today. I will have completed my 500 points for this league for my Drukari. Here's an example. I'm working on just the final touches for them. They've been based. I'm just working on some highlights and some extra stuff. You can't really see it very well. Er, er. So this is the sky borders. Yeah, you can't see it very well, but because I think it's trying to get my face. Anyways, I'm doing like some eyes on the troops. I'm adding a little bit more definition to the weapons, and little bits. But yeah, this is all done. The big thing I got to do is finish the base for my Archon because he comes with that pre-molded base. So if you look, it is this color, and I have to do something to it. So
Need to spruce it up a little, huh?
well, it needs to be at least matching a little bit of what he's standing on the base. So
Fair.
we're gonna make it happen.
All right. So, Big Aaron,
Yes.
3 models, 3 weeks. Not my style. I don't even
No,
understand how that's possible.
you
Um,
don't.
no.
Okay.
I don't either. It's okay. I totally understand it. I just could never ever do it.
Right. I don't understand it. So I need some help.
Yeah. So, I mean, one, these Terminators, each one of them is a character model. They are incredibly detailed. Every single one of these, it's just, there's very little room of just nothing going on these Terminators, every inch of them. So, my Death Guard army is the one army that it's my largest. I have well over 10,000 points of it. How much is painted? Pff, maybe 1,000, to be honest, because I'm very much into the conversion, and it's also been the army that I'm trying to put all of my time and effort into. Whereas all the Warcry that I painted last year, I was painting like 10 models a week or something goofy like that. So there's a lot of layering that's going on, a lot of weathering, pre-shading, glazing,
So you're like
washing.
you like take an arm and you'll do 4 or 5 different layers on that arm.
Um, no, I on the panels I am doing a zenithal highlight with the undercoat and then doing the top coat. Then I do a varnish and then I do a very thin down sepia ink wash over everything. That's actually after I also paint the green on these guys. But do a very thin sepia ink wash. And then I go back in and do highlighting. And then I have to make certain areas look a little bit chunkier and disgusting and grotesque. And these guys, all one theme for my army is that it's very drab with certain like very intense purples and pinks and like teals and blues and bluish greens. So just little smatterings of very bright intense colors amongst just the drabness. So trying to balance that all in and finding where to pull that in and make it so that it's not too busy. One thing I'm gonna have to do at the very end is do very slight pin washing in areas just to break it up a little bit more. And then of course I have to paint my bases, which are all probably um, a little bit more detailed than they needed to be.
Gotcha. I'm painting Fender's gunmetal.
Nice.
I
and
think
th-
I got some gunmetal and some steel
and
and
then
some silver and some aluminum.
and then I was gonna highlight it with something, and then I was gonna do a wash, and then I was gonna be done.
Hey, and if that's your style, that's fine. Again, I painted a whole load of models last year just using contrast.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, um, definitely, definitely pulling most of the interest and most of the detail and most of the nice transition that you see. It doesn't come across on camera as great as it does in person, but because there's like a subtle highlight um, from the light purple to black, and I just let that do most of the work on my Marines, and then I add in splashes of color and gunmetal and black, and you know go back in and do some fixings. However, I do have to do something for the chaplain, so I did just the smallest hint of airbrushing of purple onto the bike just to get him in the same color tone, but
Okay.
the chaplain obviously needs to be different, right?
Yeah, the
So
chaplain's a badass.
so I kind of left him alone with the intention of spending a bit more time on him. Uh, but the ATVs and the the servo cannon or whatever it's called is gonna remain in my normal theme, which is just gunmetal, black, wash, glorious gold with a wash over it. Um, and then one thing needs to have the Sotek green highlight. And then obviously, if there's any like I don't know, holsters or pouches with a skull in it, I paint those things. But you know, I'm not like edge highlighting and pin washing and doing all that stuff.
I do everything in my power to not do those things.
Yeah, but you still have come up with a scheme. Your plan is still redonkulous. That you're using a product that requires 3 days to dry. Like
Yeah.
like I would throw that in the like I don't care. I would throw that in the garbage. There and now you're wearing specs to go back through and find all the little tiny, you know,
Hairs.
hairs that have been slowly settling
Because of this
on
beast that I'm chasing right now.
onto your model because it takes 3 days to dry. They're covered with microscopic human and cat hair that you have to remove. Yeah, that's not part of my process.
What, you don't get some sort of little atrium or some enclosed encapsulated space to put
Well,
the models as they
that's what I
dry?
told him. I said
But here's the
you need
real
to do
thing. Look at
that.
it back. I didn't notice until I'm going back in because they've been drying for days.
But isn't there a gloss product that doesn't require
It's
three
not the
3 days to
it's
dry without
this
dealing with the fact
It's
that in
the oil,
1998 the
this
right?
Undertaker
it's
threw mankind off of hell into the cell into the Spanish
Ah,
announcer's table?
that was a good Rickroll right there.
yeah, it
Just went
was
right into it.
this is
Excellent.
the
What's going on, Zaidan? Hey, Tuber.
I don't
it's
understand. So what? So what if it's a glaze? So what? So what? What? How is it better than a gloss acrylic varnish?
uh it's you're not understanding. It's the enamel wash that creates the shading
Okay,
that I'm removing. And I have to do the gloss varnishes first so that the enamel wash will come off easily.
but why do you want to take the enamel wash off?
Because basically
You're
in
putting a whole bunch
Photoshop,
on and wiping it off.
you're in Photoshop and you can put a layer over something and then you can remove parts of that layer to affect the image below.
Yeah, I do that all the time with regular washes and a Q-tip, and it doesn't
It-
take 3 days.
this is like to the next level.
But it does it actually
When
look
you
that
see it
much
in
better?
Yes, when you see
Yes.
it in person, you will understand.
Okay. So it's like you're not doing a lot of work, but you have to wait
Yes, there's a lot of waiting involved.
while you send me 437 files to print, which requires an incredible amount of work.
Yes.
On your printer.
Well, I gotta load them into the thing, and then I gotta scale them, and then I gotta make sure that they're all okay, and then I gotta send them to the printer, and then I gotta turn the printer on, and then I gotta wait 7 hours, and then I gotta transfer them to the wash tank, and then I gotta put them in the UV, and then I have to put them in a bag, and then I have to label the bag, and then I'm done.
And then you have to ship them.
And then I have
No, we
no,
don't have
no,
to
I
ship
don't
them.
have to ship it. I'll just drive them to the studio. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna COD. They're coming to your house COD.
Oh man, you'll do all that work for nothing.
Yeah, he'll return to sender.
Yeah, I'm
A
not paying for that.
return to sender.
Charges not accepted. Did I make this
Dude,
other
look at my
printer?
little tweezers pulling off little hairs. Aren't you excited?
That's
It's gross.
grossly adorable.
I
Gross.
didn't know that there would be little hairs until tonight.
I'm
I mean, there's
sorry.
not very many. It's just enough to
That
warrant removal.
it's just enough to.
Hey gang, how do you keep hairs off your minis?
I don't know. Like, is there a meme in here somewhere? Is someone really fast at making a meme? Because I feel like there's a meme that's just floating in the ether above us that we're not grabbing.
About plucking hairs off of minis?
Yeah, about fuzzy minis or something. Like, I don't
So
know.
let me tell you
Ugh.
something, guys. I got a hot
Ugh.
tip for you guys.
All
I
right.
got a new sealer, matte varnish, and I'm gonna go get it and I'll show you. You're gonna be super excited.
Go get it.
All right, you go get it. While he's off.
Shivan. Yeah, I can't remember. Can you even do a COD anymore? Last time you were a COD was or cassette tapes. Yeah, I don't.
All right,
No, you
check
can.
this out.
You can. Yes.
Look at this. Rust-Oleum matte clear enamel.
Uh-huh.
This is a Walmart slash Meyer, wherever you go.
And it takes it takes 9
4.99.
days to dry.
No,
Oh my god.
4.99. This is the exact same thing as the Tamiya.
Tamiya?
Yeah, the clear.
The
Except it's
exact
like,
same, like
dude, like
made
the
in the
finish.
same factory.
Yeah, because Rust-Oleum makes Tamiya.
Oh, pro tip there.
So save your ducats. 4.99. Look at how much is in here versus the little. So
Good to know. I'm gonna go get some Rust-Oleum.
Have
I
you
have a lot of varnishing to do.
have you verified the quality through
yeah, I'll actually get you a model. I've actually sprayed all of these bases
No,
with
no,
it.
no, no. What I need you to do is I need you to go to a science store. I need you to order what's called a Q panel, which is a standard scientific panel made to specific specifications.
Very standard.
Very standard. It's called a Q panel because it has a little
Q
hole in the
panel.
top that's called the Q.
Right.
It
The
looks like
Q.
a Q.
Uh-huh.
And then I need you to and then I need you to paint both of them with each of them, and then I need you to subject them to ASTM regulated testing for efficacy, such as the standard scratch test and the salt spray test and a wear
Yeah.
resistance test, a sheen test, a UV resistance test.
Yeah, you're gonna need to do all those tests,
I
Josh.
need
Everyone knows
to do
this.
all those tests.
And the associated paperwork, please.
Yes, and file. And I need you. What was the paperwork from
TPS reports.
TPS report? I'm
File
gonna need a
report.
TPS report on that.
Yeah, none of that is going to occur.
Just trust Josh. It's the same.
Yep.
This coming from the person who won't eat hot dogs at Portillo's
Or drink water.
or drink
Okay,
water.
listen. The Portillo's thing. I don't think that they have bad hot dogs. I think that you're bad for paying that much for a hot dog.
I would just like to point out that you refuted the Portillo's before the not drinking water part.
Yeah, water doesn't taste good. I drink this stuff, this Diet Coke.
I thought
There's water in it, but it makes the water taste good.
I thought you gave up Diet Coke. I thought you were off Diet Coke.
I'm drinking part tea, part Diet Coke now.
Is it a mix or is it alternating?
It's alternating.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank God. I was going to say you were an abomination.
I don't know.
Isn't
brisk iced tea just Pepsi and tea?
I don't think that's what it is.
I'm pretty sure brisk
is awful.
So when we went to get our second vaccination, they had it was at a college, and the college had those really new fancy like vending machines, which my son has not been exposed to, or at least doesn't remember them since he was a little kid. And one of the vending machines had brisk iced tea in it, right? And he just, I don't know why he gravitated towards the can. He's like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "It's brisk iced tea." And he's like, "Why is it called brisk?" And I'm like, "Because it's supposed to make you feel cold." And he's like, "I have to have it." And I was like, "No, you don't understand. It's just iced tea that they call brisk." And he's like, "But brisk means cold." And I was like, "Yes." He's
marketing.
Like, I can't wait. I can't wait for the summer when I can have a brisk iced tea and I'm gonna feel cold.
I thought we were gonna use that time to say it's brisk, baby.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He doesn't know the slogan.
Old school marketing.
He doesn't know the slogan.
But
he's really excited about brisk iced tea. And
did he drink it?
No, he's not allowed to. He's not allowed to have anything with caffeine, which makes it all the more elusive, right?
Right. It's got the drugs, the good stuff.
Non-caffeinated beverages only.
Dude, this model has a lot of tiny hairs.
Why do you have so many hairs on your models?
It's
my cat.
Are you like shaving your beard over them in the morning?
No, it's all cat hair.
You're just shaking your cat upside down over your table.
Your cat does, but you're plucking off like micro fuzz, not cat hair.
That's because it's just in the air.
Right. That's not hair. That's not hair. That's just the fuzz of life.
The fuzz of life. All right, so clearly you're going to need to get some sort of containment solution.
It literally means that it takes so long to dry that dust is falling on it. You know what I mean?
And settling.
Settling before it dries. That's just all it means. Yeah, you need containment. Oh my god, these ATVs are the coolest. They're so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like I said, I'm really surprised that little gun platform you have is that big.
Dude, it's ginormous. It's big.
It's really big.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
Shivan, you painted an apothecary today, posted on Discord, painted in one day, drying overnight. No hairs on your model, huh? Even though you own a dog. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Josh is just molting or shedding.
Have you seen my cat?
No.
The hairiest beast ever created.
The fuzz of life. Fuzz of life. Oh, jeez. So here's the question for me. The other tanks that I've done for my By the way, what did we call it? My Purple Army? We had some amazing name, like
The,
Violent Violence or something.
the Violet Violators.
The v-
I don't think that's what we settled on.
Yeah,
what?
it is.
The Violet Violators.
Yes.
Is that it, or was it
That's it. That's
Violent
definitely it.
Violence?
The Violet Violators.
Sure.
Well, I don't remember what it was. Um, Maybe somebody in chat remembers what it was. So none of the other tanks have I haven't done any weathering, but
Okay.
I really like these buggies. I really want to do some weathering on, but I don't
Get
know if
that
I should.
sponge.
I
Do
don't
it.
know if I should.
Do it.
Okay.
Get that sponge.
You know, I also realized that some of these hairs can be the
Dude,
microfibers from
I don't want to talk
the
about your
Yeah,
hair.
Q-tips
you're
that I'm
I
just
using to
now
wipe
you're
off.
making
Yeah, I don't want to
excuses.
talk about your hair anymore. I'm done.
We're done.
I'm done with your hair. I want to talk about GW's announcement, um, which is kind of weird. Um,
Which announcement?
our pre-order schedule is changing a bit. And by our pre-order schedule is changing a bit, they've canceled pre-orders for the near future.
They've canceled pre-order. Okay.
Everyone at Games Workshop is working really hard to get all of your orders to you in good time so you can continue to enjoy your Warhammer hobby. Whether that's via gamesworkshop.com, forgeworld.co, your Warhammer store, or your friendly local gaming center. With this in mind, over the next couple of weeks, there will be a short pause where we will have no new pre-orders. Have no fear though, new releases will be coming your way before you know it. So
Okay.
it says next couple of weeks, which implies two, but it just seems like that's a really weird announcement for a company to make, because if you're only going to go 2 weeks without a pre-order, like I don't think I would even notice. You know what I mean?
Well, and they were doing every other week pre-orders there
Right.
for a bit, and
And
then kind of went.
every other week is every 2 weeks. So
Yeah, I think that they just are having a lot of logistical issues right now, and they're trying to do the best that they can, and things are messed up. Maybe they had some models in the Suez Canal. Who knows? Maybe
Speaking of
can't
that,
even getting the plastics or whatnot for their molds.
yeah, it's just weird that they would say for the next couple of weeks. And I feel like, and their whole thing with Curse City, um, like there was also that tweet which I can pull up. So Curse City is sold out on GamesWorkshop.com, and we are not expecting it to return online. Many copies have been sent to local stores across the world. Please check with your local Warhammer store or independent retailer to see if they can. Which is just another super weird thing to post, right? Like, hey, this thing that we've been marketing for months and have had so many Warhammer community posts about, and then they just like remove all mention of it from the website, and it's just gone, and they're just like, sorry.
yeah,
Yeah,
can't they
that
just
one
make
is a little
more?
weird. There's more recent chatter the past like weekend or so of that there was a mold that might have been broken, and so that's what caused a lot of delay, and there takes a while to remake the mold and then get it back into the schedule of making. So because they really did market it and made it seem like it was going to be a lot like in the style of Blackstone Fortress, where there were a bunch of expansions and there was White Dwarf support and all cards that made it more difficult and this, that, and the other thing. And you can't really have a growing board game like that and have a bunch of expansions if people can't buy the base game, right?
Yeah.
And I will say that I would not be surprised if there was a mold that was broken, because I, like many, many, many people, let's see if I can switch this over here. Oh, have the broken beard, you can see right here,
Yeah.
of the dude's face. Many people have had this, and the reason why is this peg here that holds the very tip. It is way off to the side and not at all aligned to where it should be.
So it's fun.
So,
It's funny that all this is coming up because I am working
yeah.
on a very high production value for me. I should be painting explaining the mold making process.
Oh.
And what you see and what sprues are and what gates are and what vents are and what undercuts are and um, going over the history of mold making from one part molds all the way up to multi-part molds, sacrificial molds to reusable molds, master molds,
The
keying,
master molds.
um, what the difference is between like a mold line versus a gate line. Um, and the intention of that is actually not to say anything negative about Games Workshop, but actually to praise Games Workshop because they've done a tremendous job of being able to do several things with their mold making. And I guess I'll give some spoilers. So one is being able to have a blind cast. So that means that inside of the sprue, if you're holding a sprue, see if I can find a sprue, if I can find an example. That here, this one has some blinds. This has some blind casts. Perfect. Okay, if we're looking at this sprue and we're looking at these guns, you notice that these guns have one gate. We have our main sprue, and then we have a gate, and then we have a gun in a holster, and then there's nothing else touching it. It just has one point of contact. That's called blind, and that's extremely difficult to do because where does the air go that was inside of that gun, right? That gun was a pocket of air, and normally you would have a second gate that goes back to your main sprue so that you could push the plastic all the way through and push all of the air out. So being able to design all of these blind stops, and you see them all over the sprue actually, all of the gun ends where you just have one connection, is actually remarkable. Extremely difficult. So, like, if we look at the shoulder pad, you'll notice that it has two connections. Like, almost everything has two connections. The heads have two connections. The backpacks have three connections. The arms have three connections. Those connections are not just for stability on the sprue, they're actually to allow air and plastic to flow through the mold appropriately. And then you'll see when you flip it on the other side, you'll see these little circles that are raised. um, those are either entry points where the plastic is going in, or they are vents that's allowing air and eventually plastic to leave. And you have to take all of that into account. So I'm doing, I majored in sculpture. That's what my degree was in because it's super useful.
Hey, you're using it with all your
Um,
3D printing right
and I'm
now.
using it with all my 3D printing. So I was actually doing like I should be painting going into what that is, green sand molding and whatnot, and why Games Workshop has done a tremendous job over the past decade of not only taking advantage of whatever the new technology is, but more importantly, designing around the necessities of casting in order to increase the quality of their models. The number one thing that you'll notice that they've done is try to place everything so that the mold line falls on an edge that would be a natural edge as opposed to in the middle of a shoulder pad. Remember back in the
Yeah.
day when the shoulder pad had a mold line right down the middle of it,
Yep.
right? So now they try to orient everything so that that natural mold line falls on a natural edge. That's no easy feat.
No, or it gets tucked behind another piece of plastic now with a lot of their push fits.
Yes, it gets tucked behind another piece of plastic. Yeah. So my intention was nothing negative. It wasn't to be like Games Workshop sucks. I was also going to talk about the types of plastics that they're using and how they're able to get these really awesome lofty models that like are able to sit on twirly, curly pieces of plastic and seemingly violate the laws of gravity, which of course is a relatively recent phenomenon and not really very few other companies are able to do. Atomic Mass Games is starting to be able to do it, but not to the level that Games Workshop has. Um,
Now, some people say they do that because they are wanting to combat China cast and piracy of their models. Do you think there's any of that there?
so, um,
And the reason being is it's very difficult to reproduce that, and resin would crack and break and would be just a mess to deal with.
so you said two different sentences there that are both true and false.
Oh,
Very difficult to recast. Well, if you have a sprue and you have an accurate medium to place the sprue in, then you have the mold. You have the master mold, right? So any of these fine spindly bits, including like this like gun, gun line, whatever this is, gun hose, would be recastable. The second thing that you said was that the technology of the China cast is that they're using more of the harder resin and that they're not using this plastic. It is quite possible that Games Workshop has come up with a proprietary blend of plastic that is both springy and strong that you just simply can't buy. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Because otherwise, you could take that awesome Fox model that I can't wait to get, leave it on the sprue, press it into your medium. You know what I mean? Create your two-part mold, take it out, and then inject it with plastic. And if you injected it with the same plastic, then it would have the same properties. So the
So it's
que-
about getting the plastic,
so the
not so
question
much.
so the question is, a, how do you take something and make a master mold out of it, and do you lose quality? And you do, but not significant. But more important, the second part is, what is this material that they've developed or found that allows them to have these properties, right? That may indirectly combat forgeries.
yeah, their plastics definitely do feel different than anyone else's now.
They're they have a much better tensile strength. Like, there's shear strength, there's tensile strength, there's pliability, right? They have a really good balance of hardness, tensile strength, pliability, and shear strength. Meaning, overall, they've done a really good job of balancing the mechanical properties of the plastic through you know, whatever chemicals are adding. I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe it's a PLA acrylic like blend. No, I have no freaking clue.
And they've made it so that their plastic glue works much better on their own plastics than a normal
Yeah,
plastic glue.
which means they definitely have control of their plastics,
Right.
right?
You think that their plastic works better with a certain glue?
Yeah,
No,
the GW plastic glue definitely works better with their models than a
Weird. I've
regular plastic
never
glue.
noticed a difference between my plastic glues.
Dude, wow. When was the
yeah.
last time you used GW plastic
But
glue?
I probably would never buy GW because it's too expensive.
Yeah, I know.
I've never noticed a difference from the thing I would never used.
Yep.
You know what? Everything I use is cheaper.
So while we're on the subject, Bellacore is obviously still coming out, which I'm very excited about. I won the lottery on the Bellacore.
You
Jo-
did because most stores were only got two.
yep, I
There
got
was a whole fiasco with that as well because stores were originally told that they were going to get like 12 or 20 or something like that. Then an email went out and said everyone is going to get 160. And people emailed them and was like, was that a typo? Did you mean 16? Did you mean 60 to 160? And they're like, when they called in, the people said, yes, no, you're going to be able to get up to 160. And people were like, all right, cool. And some
160 per store.
Yes. And so a bunch of people put in a bunch of stores, put in big orders, pre-sold, 100 of them. Uh,
Wow.
yeah. And then they got two. A lot of stores just got two. So kudos to you if you got it. I'm kind of worried that it's at some point, not intentionally maybe, but does it get to be pay to win if you can't actually get your hands on it, a model, and you're going to a tournament, and if you can't actually get your hands on a Bellacore, but Bellacore has amazing rules and is stomping, what do you do?
Well, one point, something to that point. Last night, Hellions
Hold on,
became a bit.
really quick, just really quick. Um, Josh pointed this out, and I want to change screens, so I don't want to leave it up too long. There's already a construction guide update for Bellacore, which I think is really funny.
Yeah.
All right, so Hellions, when Hellions came back online last night.
Hellions came back online sometime between like 10 o'clock last night and like 5 o'clock this morning. And they immediately sold out again. Everybody was trying to tell everybody on the forums that they are available. And like on Facebook and something like, but they were already sold out by like the beginning of the morning today, Eastern Standard Time. They're like gold. People are selling them for like $60 and it's a $30 kit. It's just ridiculous.
So you're saying yes to pay to play, pay to
I'm
win?
saying
Sorry.
definitely yes, pay to win, but I mean,
I
I
mean, I've
think,
always felt it was pay to win because you have Forge World.
well, Forge World wasn't always the best.
Yeah.
There are
Frequently
certain
wasn't the
things that
best,
they
right?
screw up, and they like one part of the company does not talking to the other part, and there are definitely some issues with that. But um, it's not always, it hasn't always been paid to win with Forge World because some of the thing is
Well,
half
this
the
also
models are
becomes to an
good.
availability thing.
Yeah,
We know it's not a cheap hobby.
yeah,
So, yes, you might be paying a lot more for a model that ends up being better than other things at the time.
yeah. Because right
But
now
when you
Hellions
can't get
are
a
done.
hold of it,
Yeah.
that skyrockets the premium and the cost. Like I would not be surprised this Bellacore ends up going for like 150 in a lot of places. Everything goes up. I mean, it seems like immediately as soon as it comes out. So maybe that's good that GW going back to pushing pre-orders out for a little bit. Maybe they're realizing people are really fed up with not being able to get their hands on stuff and having to go to the secondary market and paying more than MSRP.
Yeah.
And so maybe they're like, all right, let's step back, pump the brakes. Let's maybe beef up some of the inventory we were planning on releasing. And maybe, I mean, I'm hoping release fewer things, but in the quantities so that everyone gets their toys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I also don't know if they do demand planning production or on-time delivery production. Like that's a really big question to answer. Because if they do demand planning production, then they are predetermining what they think people are going to buy, and obviously that can go really, really well or it can go really, really bad. If
Yeah.
they're doing on-demand planning, then that means they're waiting for the orders to come in and then manufacturing.
They're
Uh,
definitely not doing that.
well, but they
These
might be because while there's a certain group of people who pre-order, there's a certain group of people who don't pre-order. You know
Well,
what?
here, look at it this way. When they do their pre-releases, they have a pre-release, and then those models are expected in store a week to 2 weeks after the pre-order, which means that there's no way they could have the supply line to have those models completed by then, though, right? Or am I just understanding exactly what you're saying wrong?
No, no, no. You're understanding exactly what I'm saying. Um, uh, it's just it's still possible that they're doing on time delivery, meaning trying to get exactly the number that is ordered. So whatever the time frame is, we don't know what their production capabilities are. We don't know what their production bottleneck is. First of all, they have a state of the art secret manufacturing thing in the UK that they won't let you go inside. And then they have their stuff overseas, right? Who Once they have the master mold made, who knows? If they get an order of 100,000, they may very well be able to pump that out in a week. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
know. So it's possible that their pre-orders is on time, meaning making exactly what is needed based off of the orders, or at least it was pre-COVID. Or it could be that they try to guess what everybody wants, um, and make a certain quantity, right? And now that quantity is not matching the number that people want. I don't know. I don't have the answer for you. Um, it's also possible that they're trying to change models to the on-demand model and try to get people to order things sooner,
And
so that
through
they
them.
and through them so that they can make exactly what you need as opposed to guess how many models they're going to need to make. That could be a long-term plan, because that's how theoretically automotive industry works, and so does like computer chip industry work and things like that, right? Is the Toyota way is the buy only what you need and nothing more.
And I mean, that's the most efficient way to do it. And I'm sure
Eh,
that, well, okay, so maybe not. There's the pros and cons for each, right? But I think that they're probably a little bit fed up of having to have big inventories of some things and not realizing that they, or not figuring out that they don't need like 300 orc boys or whatever um, at certain places. And they are trying to make what they need, trying to force people to get them to buy them off their site. Real quick though, as we're talking about this and maybe move on though, Zayden had posted a bunch about mold stuff. I didn't want to go back to it. Asked for us to comment on it.
so let's
You
see.
know,
High.
first off,
Yeah.
wasn't there some corrective oddities with the build instructions or whatever? Yes, there were. There was actual errata in the box for the dwarf. There's some little peg here that wasn't there in the original build, and they realized they needed that. So they put in literally errata. So not only are there errata for the rules, there's errata for their build
Yeah,
instruction.
and I just put up on screen for a second again that they've already errated Bellacor's construction guide, um, which I don't know if that means they're just now paying more attention to the bad instructions that they've put out, or that they're just aware of it now, because clearly we've demonstrated there's a lot of them. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a little disconcerting because there's been a lot of just kind of issues and complaints about a lot really to do with their multimedia in a lot of ways. I mean, we're talking about their communications on their websites and on Twitter and whatnot. That has not been consistent lately. You know, just finding even a lot all the codexes and everything that's been coming out. There's been a number of grammatical errors and spelling
Well,
errors
the
in a
big
lot
error
of
right
them,
now with the Drukari book is that the jet bikes are listed as 10 points,
which is
and
insane.
there was an errata, or like the thing that came out in White Dwarf. What's it called? The General's Handbook, whatever points change.
Um,
That came out in January, and all the models were supposed to go to that until the book came out. And when the book came out, all the points were exactly the same except for the Reavers, the jet bikes, and the jet bikes are 10 points
What?
instead of 20. So they were like 10, then they put an errata out that said they're 20, and then the book came out. So now, since it's the last thing that has come out, they're 10 points again.
that okay.
But the errata says they're 20.
Yeah, but the errata was for the thing that came out in November, not for the new release of the book.
Well, I would just expect your jet bikes to be 20. If you're
Well,
building jet bikes thinking that they're going to be 10 and you've
apparently
made
they're in the official book as, or the official um Army
Let's
Builder is 10 from GW right
cool.
now.
So in 2 to 8 weeks, when you complained to me that you made twice as many jet bikes and the jet bikes are now trash because they're 20 points, I don't want to hear about it.
Oh no, I'm not going to.
Okay.
I mean, I had to use the official builder to make my 500 points, so the 3 bikes I have are 30 instead of 20.
Right. But you know that they're going to go up to 20.
Maybe. The point being is we're talking about is that it was listed, errated, relisted.
Yeah.
And it's the point being is that there is some inconsistency with that stuff
No,
right
the
now.
point being is that you have OP jet bikes.
No, we're no.
That's
He was
my
pointing
point.
out what.
That's my point. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried about your jet bikes in our
Don't worry
slow
about
grow.
3 little jet
I'm
bikes. They're
worried
not
about
good.
them. I'm worried about you having 3 instead of 1. I'm definitely worried about it.
I can only take.
Well, if they were 20 points each, then you'd be able to take 1 with an upgrade instead of 3 separate. So yeah, I'm worried about it. I'm scared. I'm scared of your jet bikes. Josh,
Yeah, buddy.
I want to talk to you about something.
What's up?
Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yeah, buddy. Got
What?
some stuff
There's
that came
some
out.
new models. Luke Cage,
Luke Cage.
Ooh.
Iron Fist,
Yep. Iron Fist.
Mr. Sinister, dumbest name ever, best haircut ever.
Yep.
Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver. I say
That's
I have to say Quicksilver looks real dumb.
well, Quicksilver has always looked real dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he looks extra dumb
Yeah. Well,
in
there's
this
no
model.
fixing bad. Quicksilver's always been like a 2-bit Flash.
Um, and then I'm pretty sure that Cable and Domino were out before, right? Those aren't new.
Well, they were previewed that they're going to come out. So like with oh no, I just dropped my contrast paint, but I had closed it enough.
Enough.
enough
No,
that
with
no hair. Enough
Deadpool,
that no hair came out of it.
no hair.
Yes,
Guys,
Zydan, everything you said, 100%. Very similar experience to mine. Yes, I'm going to go through a lot of that similar stuff. So anybody else who's watching, if you want to scroll up and read Zydan's posts, that's exactly the type of stuff that I'm talking about.
okay, so we got the new Crisis Protocol stuff that was previewed. Now we actually have some stuff released. I guess you can now buy the Madam Viper and Sin in stores now in some places. It's brand new models. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff that's come out, but unfortunately, right now, Marvel Crisis Protocol is on a short pause while I get these 4,000 million points done of Dark Eldar.
Yeah, and you all might be able to hear the 3D printer
Whee!
printing away in the background.
I have new news.
Oh,
My
new news.
500 points is now complete for the month.
Really,
Just
you're
finished
done.
it.
Wow. Congrats. Nice.
You're done. I am not done because I'm still painting, obviously.
You see what's coming next.
Um, New stuff that I'm excited about that I don't know if anybody else is excited about. Star Wars Legion. There's 2 new vehicles. There is the A-AS speeder truck, which I actually think looks really stupid. It looks like a space minivan, but AS is my initials, so I really like that.
Oh boy.
um,
Wow.
However, the other thing that's coming out, which is actually a ship I do like, is the LAT/LE patrol transport. I think that thing looks super cool. I've always thought that was a really fun ship, so that's exciting for any of you Star Wars Legion fans. Two new boats coming out. Um, so this was like an in atmosphere like small flyer for hunting down Sabine, pretty much. It was like designed to kill Sabine.
One person.
Yeah, just one person. They had a whole production planet of ships to kill one person.
To go
And
kill some bean.
to kill Sabine and Ezra. No, but that's where they're featured. That's the show that they're featured in. But they're really pretty. I'm excited about it. So, new stuff coming out in Legion, new stuff coming out in Atomic Mass, Bellacore coming out for 40K, which is still really, really awesome. Um, if you and then probably the most important news.
Most important. Okay.
Most important news. Where is it? I lost it. Now I'm just clicking around. Is um there's a tech priest who has a cyber monkey, which makes him the coolest tech priest ever, according to Warhammer Community. Even though he's lost in the labyrinth beneath the Red Planet forever, he's lost forever, but he's lost with his cyber monkey.
Well, does he eat his cyber monkey at one point
I
though?
don't know. The one paragraph slash sentence ends.
I have a feeling a cyber monkey would taste pretty crunchy.
I hope that a tech priest comes out with a cyber monkey.
I'm telling you, Jokaro weaponsmiths, those are monkeys. I bet it's one of those little
Actually,
guys.
they're orangutans, which
Oh
we've
man.
discussed on this channel before. They are
Wow.
apes.
Wow.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry.
Good.
Is an orangutan a monkey?
I don't know, and I
And he
don't,
just left.
and I
He
don't
just
want to
walked
know
off. I'm right. He walked away, so
who
I'm
walked
I'm
away.
right. Josh did.
I
Oh,
did. I needed to go get this white paint because I'm not totally prepared.
How do you not have white paint?
Shivan wants to know why the Hellions are selling out. Are they broken now? Everything that is Dark Eldar is broken.
Completely broken.
Okay,
It's done
here's
busted.
what they've
Josh
done
is
to Hellions.
playing it.
If Josh is playing with it, it's broken.
I'm playing with like every unit they have, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
but this is what got you back into 40K. So we all know that means that this is the broken army.
Okay, here's what they did to Hellions. Hellions were unplayable in the last codex.
oh, they were unplayable.
Super overcost jump infantry that had no toughness, no wounds. They had one wound, like 3 toughness. In the new book, they've given them 2 wounds and T4, and has also made them damage 2 with their weapons. So they actually can do damage in combat now. And so that's why they're good, is they actually made them good. Imagine that. But they are nobody has them because everyone basically they were like junk. Like literally nobody played them. And so nobody had any. And now everybody wants them and nobody has them. So
So now you're 3D printing some.
no, I actually have like 40 of them.
So what
Oh.
am I 3D printing then?
You're 3D printing the racks, which are totally impossible to find right now. The racks, the Talos, all that stuff.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I don't even know. I don't know. It keeps
You're
like
just pushing
it's like I'm
buttons.
pushing buttons and like Dogecoins keep coming out of it. It's really confusing.
Is that really how it works? I don't
Yeah,
think that's how it works.
that I've been printing Bitcoin and Dogecoin out of my SLA printer. That's how it
Okay.
works.
Oh.
Sure.
And I ordered a special wallet from eBay. It looks like a pig, and I've just been putting these special 3D printed coins in, and I'm gonna be a millionaire.
A million billionaire.
Huh.
That's how it was explained to me. You
Yep.
3D print the coins, and then you put them into a
A
wallet.
wallet.
Yeah,
Yes.
a wallet.
You figured it out.
I did it. I did it. Oh, I did actually buy 1 Ethereum, so that's exciting.
No, you didn't.
No, that's true. I didn't take into account the fee, so I bought 0.999782213 Ethereum, and it made me really, really mad.
I got to keep you honest.
I have I have like 1/10,000th less than 1 Ethereum.
Ugh. Such a plebe. Not even owning one Ethereum.
Not even 1 Ethereum.
Wow. Loser.
I know.
Loser.
Okay. Well, that's all the GW news that I have,
Yeah.
and if you go through the community site, I did not want to paint that gold. Damn it. Um, really, everything else is lore. Um, so we know. I guess essentially what they're saying is that the Mechanicum is going to be delayed. I guess that's what they're saying.
Yeah, which is
So,
really, which is I just started watching some new videos on like the Mechanicum that is like playable right now. That's like meta whatever, and it's basically all only the new stuff. So the new book, I imagine, will be all of the old stuff is way better again.
which is fantastic because that's what's all new in box at the studio
Yeah, well, yeah,
is
and
all the
you already have it.
is
All
all
the
the
stuff
old
that,
stuff.
yeah, you've got most of it. So
Um, so I assume that most of Warhammer community is going to be lore related for a while. I did
hobby.
I did maybe hobby related. I did figure out the app. Um, after having a conversation with our missing compadre Sean. Um, so I have been able to create my list in the app.
Aw.
I'm not. I'm. The one thing about the app that really upsets me is that you go to like click on a dude, right?
Yes.
And then it says you haven't unlocked the book for that, right? I just want to push a button that takes me to pay for that immediately instead of having to like go buy a book and then punch in a code. It's like, why don't you just have the additional purchase built into the app? I don't
Yeah, don't
understand.
they have that in the Age of Sigmar one?
Yeah, like, don't you understand in-app purchases? I don't get it. GW is very
I figured
confusing.
it would behoove them to do so.
I think they should just get. I think they should just be done with codexes.
Yeah. This should come in the box, baby. Oh no, I broke his tiny little hair.
I don't want to have to pay for the model and then also the rules for the model.
Right.
I feel like units should be free. Like the rules should be free. Sell campaign books. Can sell a book for an army, but maybe not
Oh,
have it as tied to.
I'm doing a real bad job tonight, guys. I'm like,
Have
Wow.
you glued yourself to
So
yourself
I'm
yet?
not. I haven't. I'm not even using glue. I'm just
I
that
mean, the
doesn't
question
change my question.
stands. Yeah.
no. I
Okay.
just did a very poor job of doing very basic space marine painting that I now have to correct like a noob.
Huh. Well, that's a bummer. Stop doing that, noob.
I did it. I fixed it already. It's done. It is done.
So, should we
Oh
talk a little bit about
yeah.
the Discord then? A little bit of
Yeah,
time
let's
left.
talk about let's see. We got still got about a half hour. I've gone through most of my topics. We talked about the pre-order schedule. We talked about Curse City having sunken back into the abyss. We talked about Bellacore and his construction guide update. We talked about the Cyber Monkey. We didn't talk about the Horus Heresy saga of Terra and the siege engines.
Ooh, I do think on that topic, just real quick, I'm guessing 30K is going to get a little revamp here coming, not too distant future. There was just some really cool looking 30K model that they just showed pictures of. It looks really good and in plastics.
Oh,
So, yeah, maybe hopefully for those guys.
So you
that's
think they're
cool.
going to start releasing new? You think Forge World's going to start releasing new 30K stuff
Well, 30K did not get any updates as far as I'm aware, really,
Yeah, they're
in
still in
during
eighth
eighth
beta.
in
edition.
during eighth edition? Yeah, it didn't. Yeah.
So maybe it's time they got a little oven.
Wait, they're in 7th edition, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, they are in seventh edition,
Crazy.
which is where it should stay.
sure. I don't know. Okay.
I don't know either. I don't care. Um,
I have nothing more to say about 30K.
I don't understand why they made a distinction between 30K and 40K. Personally, I don't. I don't know.
When
So,
this is the
anyways, there's the. I believe that this book is tied to the story behind the new giant Titan, right?
The Titan with cannons in its knees, and
Yeah. The and
the
it act
model for it, which is Adeptus Titanicus, right?
correct.
So little mini giant knights,
Yeah.
titans, and apparently this guy is about as tall as a regular 40k knight.
Human.
No, like a regular 40k knight. So if
Um
you want your knight to look like a titan,
yeah,
you
but
can pick
how
up this
tall
model.
is that new Titan model that they're putting out? It's
So
it's
I'm
gonna
saying that model is about the size of a knight. I was
That's pretty.
talking to Sam Lentz because he got to paint one early for GW,
wait,
and he said it
it's
is
the
the size.
size of but the Titan beforehand is way bigger. You mean a Night Titan? You're saying it's the same size as a Night Titan?
The Adeptus Mechanicus Titan, this new one that's coming out here,
Mm-hmm.
is the same actual physical height in our real world as a knight, like an Imperial Knight.
Yeah, because this is Titanicus scale.
Yes.
Oh, we're talking about the game Titanicus. I'm not talking
Well,
about
that's what
Titan.
that model is. It's a Titanicus model.
Yeah.
There is one for Titanicus, but they are also going to be releasing the 40K version,
Do
which
you
will
know that for a fact? Because I said that as a suspicion a long time ago.
I'm do I know it for a fact? I
Yes.
mean,
Because again, I think you're just
what are
stating
what are
something I thought a long time ago was fact.
what
And
are
I like that,
what are
but
facts really?
Hey, I heard it from somebody.
What are
yeah,
facts?
exactly.
Um, I'm pretty sure it's a fact. I'm pretty sure that it's not just a rumor that you made up that I'm repeating.
Nope. Now
Pretty
I
sure it
know.
is, but okay.
I certainly hope it actually comes out in the full scale because I want it in the full scale. I want it.
Yeah. Get yourself a Titan.
That the next time I go to Nottingham, I go with suitcase and come back with suitcase full of night.
Full of Titans.
Full
Just
of
like, sir, is that a body in your duffel bag?
and I'd be like,
Like, no,
kind
this is
of.
actually more expensive than a human body.
Yeah, kind of. It's piloted by one, I think.
All right. All right. So let's talk about the Discord a little bit.
Sure. Hold on.
All
Let
right.
me bring
You're
it
gonna
up.
pull it up there.
Yeah.
So wanted to do a lot of fun new things and make it a little bit more engaging, colorful, uh, actually have some sort of value to the community and make it so that you all can enjoy a place to hang out a little bit more. So yeah, I spent some time this past weekend going through renaming, creating some new channels so that we can break it down into kind of what we want to chat about. I'm adding some other stuff based on your all's feedback as far as what you want to see and what you want to talk about. We added one specifically for the slow grow and narrative, where we'll be putting our lists. One of the new tools that we mentioned a couple weeks back that we're trying to use and
Oh,
been using more
just
is
painted
called
my
Pile
headset.
of Potential. Don't paint
Yeah.
your
I just
headset. It
painted my
doesn't,
headset. Just
stop it. But we're going to be putting, updates in our videos and trying to get Sean to maybe even put in some of the lore that he's writing in there and just kind of make it a nice little living section for the campaign that we're going to be playing, going through.
so we are looking at Akuma's pile of potential.
Ooh,
Don't
okay.
look at it.
Apparently we're
Eh,
not allowed to see anything. It just
Oh,
says,
did you
oh,
lock
oh
it?
no, here we go. Dark Eldar. I clicked it. So pile potential is really fun. He's got all of his units. He has whether they're built, whether they're sprayed, whether they're painted, whether they're based, what are their points, and are they completed? And then it's red, green, X's. It's a nice way to like check off his thing.
And
Have a
his
lot of
list is
reasons.
real long.
We're each doing this for slow grow. But yeah, anybody else who wants to participate in the slow grow, you're welcome to join in that channel. Post your updates, post your weekly updates, your monthly updates, whatever you want to do. It'll be really fun. I know I believe
Frank's
Frank
in
Frank
in
Frank
on the
is in
game,
it.
right?
Yep, he's in on it.
He's doing Space Wolves.
Yep.
All for
So
that.
um, Shivan's not in on it. I don't know why.
Shivan
No,
is too much non-metallic metals.
that's not our site, Gamer Addicted Frank. Is that your site? I assume you mean the hobby tracking site, the pile of potential.
Oh yeah,
No,
no, that is not
no,
ours.
that's not ours. But that was Josh's page.
Yeah, and I have mine up there as well. You should check it out. I think it's pilotpotential.com, project management for your minis.
It's
It's pretty cool.
it's too complicated for my army. Like I don't have enough time to get my list in there.
Oh my goodness.
Well, yes,
You
you
have
do.
like 12 models in your army.
Five. I have 5 models in my army right now.
Well, in your slow grow, the 500 point, right?
Yeah, in the 500 point.
How many are you going to have when it gets to 2000?
I don't know. How many points does a storm speeder cost?
Oh my gosh, you don't know what your 2000 points are yet?
No, that's not how slow grow works.
What?
You guys don't
No,
know how to play
I
slow
built my
grow.
2000 and worked backwards. That's why my starting force is probably going to get its butt kicked because I
Listen,
don't want to play with Plague Marines,
normally we
even though
listen.
they would be better right now.
Right now, because Josh can't hear us, we're all accommodating Josh. He's really excited. He's really happy. This is making him feel good. This is how we're doing it.
He's right here.
Normally, a slow grow, you do not get to pre-pick your 2,000 points because you don't know what the next week's campaign is or the next month's campaign. So the first one might be take your troops and your commander and then see how things go. And from those points, you get to buy your super heavy. Or the next month is going to be paint your heavies.
Well, I blame Sean.
You usually don't pick your 2,000 points and then just divide it up into 500 point segments.
You don't tell me what to do.
So
That's
I'm
not
not
what I'm
telling you.
doing.
I'm not telling you what to do. So I'm
Oh,
just
you are.
saying, right now, I have 500 points. That's 5 models. I I would love for my next 500 points to be all storm speeders. I don't know how many storm speeders that is. It might be one because they don't cost 10 points a model like they should. You know, it might just be one. I don't know.
I think it's one.
It's probably one.
I'm
House
actually making
rule, it's
500
one.
per week per month. I've only come up with this month's and next month's.
Dude, I've already watched your video. Everyone who's a patron has already watched your video.
I just
You
have
you
everything
literally
available.
are having me printing 2,000 points of miniatures. Um, you're not making a slow grow. You're just making a giant Eldar army with every possible variant
Yes.
that you can play.
Yes.
And then picking the 500 points at a time that you want to take. That's not a slow grow campaign.
The only slow grow part of this for Josh is the slow time it takes for his minis to grow in your resin printer.
Right. The amount of time, the slowness is whatever this bizarre material is that he's using on his freaking models that takes 3 days to dry and becomes hairy, and the 3D printing. That's the slow part.
Well, I am slowly painting them.
You're not slowly painting them. You have well over 500 points.
I have
More.
exactly 500
Okay,
points.
you have 500 points finished. Okay, you have
Yes.
500 points finished, which is still a week early, and you have over 1,000 points well beyond the starting point. I have 5 models that I'm still think everything else is still. This is a Ent. It's just an example. Still in the box. Still in the box. I am actually doing 500 points a month. I am not doing 1,000 points, in the first month. So I will get these done by the 24th, and then I will cut the plastic off of whatever the next models I'm going to make for the next 500 points, like a real slow grow campaign where you'd go into your local
All
game
right,
store.
purist, we get it. You're
Yeah.
better than all of us.
Not you. I'm not better than
no,
you.
you are better than me
I'm just
because
better
I'm
than
gonna have to
Josh.
cheat because I really want to paint Curse City, so
I
I'm
kn-
gonna be cheating some.
I
Shh,
know,
don't
but
tell other
you and
people.
I already agreed that this is it's just to make Josh feel better about himself.
He's right here.
He
How many
can't
times do I have to?
Can't hear
How-
me. He can't
No, he
hear me.
can.
Not
He
when he's
still has ears.
not when he's wearing those glasses and plucking hair. He can't hear me.
I'm not plucking. I'm dry brushing. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's not plucking. He's blushing right now.
I am with my makeup blush.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Long and short, Aaron, Big Aaron has done a absolutely marvelous job of sort of revamping our Discord. He's also done a bunch of stuff on the back end to help keep the Discord safe by putting in bots and making sure that certain authentications are on board. And all of this is also on the backbone of we have thrown down the gauntlet. We are trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of May.
Cool,
We
buddy.
are we are offering, if we get to 10,000 subscribers, we are going to give away the Piety and Pain new in box, the Dark Eldar Codex, and the Dark Eldar Dice, all new in box. The Codex is still wrapped in plastic to one person, and that one person will come from the Discord. So if we hit 10,000 subscribers, then we will give all that away to one person by the end of May, and we will pick it from the Discord, which is just great because I think
So
that,
what that means for everyone is just go join the Discord.
well, if you're not subscribed and you go join the Discord, you're not going to help us get to 10,000, in which case we're probably not going to get to 10,000.
Oh, well, yes, subscribe, but then really to enter, once you subscribe, all you have to do is then
Is
come
join
join
the
us in the Discord.
join the
Hopefully,
Discord.
you
Yeah.
also come and hang out and share what's on your table in the hobby progress section, or maybe if you are really knowledgeable about lore, I would like to see some activity
nothing.
happening there.
Yeah, we got
Aaron's gonna be a vet for you.
Yeah.
He's
That's
gonna
going to
know the
be
lore.
all Sean in the lore.
I'm going to take care of lore. I got it.
We're
I
in
got
trouble.
it.
We're all in trouble.
There's also a mini swap, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, I thought that one might be a little fun.
Beautiful welcome page, great rules. We also have a not safe for work section, which is awesome. Um, Keep that stuff separated. We also have voice channels. If people want to hang out, you can hang out on a voice channel. We can add video channels later if people want to hobby and hang out together in video. Like, we can do that. Um, and then we just have a general ask CGN. Oh, there's something new and not safe for hobby, but I can't click it because we're broadcasting. Now I can click it. I get to see what's there. It's 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 not worth it. It is not
Wow.
worth
All right.
it. It was not. It's not
Okay.
That was
worth
brutal.
it.
I think what you're supposed to say is, "Oh my gosh, everyone, get to the Discord right
oh
now
my
and check
gosh.
this out."
Oh my gosh, everybody go quickly. Go quickly. This is all I have to say. I think the person who posted it is online. Oi, my Laban! If anybody knows what that's from, then
Glaven?
oh, my Laban! You'll understand.
I don't.
It's from a
I
real
don't think.
old video game.
Oh, okay.
Real old video game.
What game?
Wolfenstein. When you killed the
Mm.
Nazi carrying the machine gun, which he was the blue guy, and he was always like the hardest guy at the first to kill because you wanted that machine gun, right? He would go, "Oi, my Leben!"
I see.
He was my favorite Nazi to kill in that game.
Was he?
So like I was really young when that game came out. My brother was 16 years older than me, and so like he hooked me up and I was playing it. I was real young, and my dad walked in and he was like, "What the are you doing?" And my brother's like, "He's killing Nazis," and my dad's like, "Oh, that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's all right."
they're just Nazis, not people.
So, yeah, Wolfenstein reference. Check it out in the not safe for work if that is what you want to go do. I feel like I'm at a point where I need to do the gold borders on the shoulder pads.
Do it.
And then I need to sit and figure out what my next move is. Because I could just go through and do a bunch of washes, or I could actually do some weathering on the ATVs. But I'm worried about that because I didn't do any weathering on any of my other vehicles.
I think the weathering will look good.
Yeah, if you do the weathering the correct way though, like just find a way to do it, and then you can just replicate it on your other vehicles. So you don't have to worry about
But
them
I'm
looking.
saying I don't know if I even want that part of my army aesthetic.
Okay.
Um, so I definitely don't want to have some vehicles weathered and some not. And if I start the weathering process, then I have to go back and do it on all of them. And I don't know if I want to do that. I really like my clean airbrush zenithal highlighted purple.
Well, then don't do it.
But
Oh, you're just never going to be happy, are you?
I'm not going to be happy. I'm not
Yeah.
going to be
Why don't you
happy.
just do a little bit of dirt, just a little.
I might do some dirt in the wheels, you know what I mean? Just for the ATVs, because they're running around all crazy. Oh, I mean, it makes sense, right? Because the grav tanks and the storm speeders can fly. They don't touch the ground, you know?
No, they
They
don't.
don't they don't kick up rocks and get chip marks, but the ATVs sure do.
Right?
Oh, thank God for lore.
I mean, that's just physics.
Yeah. Let's not give away the farm here. That's just physics. Nothing to do with the Games Workshop IP or lore.
I mean, that's the difference between flying and non-flying. I would call that's deep lore for me.
Deep lore.
Deep lore.
Deep
The
lore.
deepest of lore.
Okay, then.
All
Yeah.
right.
So I posted my progress in the Discord. I painted some spikes tonight. I feel like
Nice work, dude.
did not do as much as I had hoped.
I don't know if you can see mine real quick. You on me? All right.
On
I
you.
did a couple levels of
I mean,
airbrushing.
we still have 15 more minutes.
I'm just
Yeah.
showing you what I got.
Okay.
Just dry brushed up some of these mandrakes, and now I've got to start doing the other bits to them. I am painting these guys much different than the rest of my army, and I haven't quite decided what I'm doing.
Why?
Because they're supposed to be shadowy and all weird looking. So they also have very little armor, and they have supposed to have like magical blades and stuff.
So
So
you've
they're gonna
so you've ruined your army consistency.
no. The bases will bring everything together, and I'm still going to be using the enamel washes.
The
So
bases will bring it all together.
They
And
definitely can.
and I'm
Bases can tell a story.
and I'm
yeah,
still gonna have the hair. Everything will be tied together through the hair
They're
that
chia
gets
minis, man.
yeah.
stuck in the
Actually, the
wash.
hair is going to be the thing that's going to pull everything
Yeah,
together
it
too.
pulls everything together, man. It was just a rug that pulled everything together.
It tied everything together.
I want to make a dude mini now. I want to do like a Space Marine dude.
I bet you that. I mean, I bet you can find someone's already done the dude STL file.
Oh, for sure. I need to get his head, and I need to print his head. I feel like he would be wearing the exact same outfit, except he'd have one Space Marine shoulder pad, and it would have
Just
a and it would have a symbol of a bowling ball on it.
Sure, do it. Why isn't he holding a bowling ball?
I mean, he could be holding a bowling ball. Should he be holding a bowling ball? Oh no, I won't say it. In case anybody hasn't seen it, I won't say the next thing I was
I
gonna
haven't
say.
seen it.
Are you kidding me?
You haven't seen the Big
You
Lebowski?
haven't seen the Big Lebowski?
Ugh. Thought higher of you, but
Oh wow, Zidane, that's clever. Wahairthering. Wahairthering. He's
I like it.
wahairthering.
oh,
Oh
Shivan,
man.
yep. Don't use enamel washes. It's really that simple. That's how easy it's to use.
Don't
Don't.
do it. Yeah, I don't like
I'm loving
does
it.
it give a particular luster? Like what is going on? I don't understand.
Okay, so check this out. It's between the mix of like a dip and contrast paint together. It's amazing.
Okay.
I think you're gonna have to do some close-ups and show them off in Discord, so we can see just how great this is over a wash.
I want you to paint the exact same scheme, and instead of
Oh,
using the enamel, use just a varnish so that I can really see the difference.
a
And
varnish is just a clear coat.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
And you're not understanding me if you're asking me that question.
I'm
The
not.
varnish, the enamel wash is
Uh-huh.
a colored
Okay, it's colored.
pigment.
Got it. All right.
Yeah,
So do it with contrast paint and then show me why it's so much better.
no,
Just do one.
No.
Just do one.
no,
Okay.
because it's not something I want to spend that much
I'm just
time on.
saying add
Take
the gloss medium to the contrast paint and then show me that that's not better. That's not identical, but doesn't take 3 days to dry.
You're not understanding it still though. It totally works different than that stuff. I don't know how to explain it to you.
I'm too dumb.
No, it's just what it does to a model is just very interesting.
Okay. Does it make it look like there's like goopy rusty stuff dripping down on it?
You
It
can
does.
definitely.
It does.
Uh-huh. Okay. You can't do that with contrast paint?
No,
No,
that's
it doesn't look the same because the enamel has a little bit more of an oily sheen type quality to it, and it is also thicker than a contrast. So a little bit of enamel is thicker, and it's not like oh, just build up layers with contrast type thicker.
Hmm.
Um, because think of it's like you're almost like painting with motor oil. It
yeah, it
seems
is.
like.
It's very motor oily. Okay, I don't know. I'll figure some way to show it
What
to you.
about oil pin washes? Yeah, so Zyda, I mean, same. You can take oil. Oh, that's what I'm going to be making for these Death Guard is an oil pin wash using some oil paint and to use, but you basically same principle, right? You can use some spirits. Let's see, I got a few of the. So when you're using the enamel, you need to use. Oh no, this is pigment fixer, but some sort of mineral spirits to wipe it off. I recently got these Q-tips that are very tightly spun and come to a point, just to play around with them. See, very helpful.
I want to see that. Hold that up again. Oh, I see it. Oh, wow. Where'd you get
Yeah,
that?
these are good old Tamiya.
Oh, cool. There's
Yep, craft
probably
cotton
there's
swabs.
probably a Walmart version that Josh knows about.
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, these are very tightly spun. You don't have any loose hairs and strands on
You
these.
don't
Like,
get them on your models.
you're not going to get any fuzz on your models with these. Just saying. If you didn't buy the crap bottom of the barrel bulk buy from Costco Q-tips, maybe you wouldn't be having Chia Pet minis right now. Just saying. Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying. I'm just saying. There's a price to pay. There is. Dude, I almost destroyed my airbrush today, man.
Oh no, what'd you do?
I was cleaning it and I removed the um like the front cover so the metal tip was exposed, and I like turned my chair and yanked the cable and just almost pulled the airbrush onto the ground with the really fine metal tip out, which would have
Oof, yeah, bent it.
bent it, and I don't have a replacement for it, and I would have been really, really, really upset.
Yeah, that would have been upsetting. I would have cried too. No, I wouldn't have.
I mean, airbrushing is kind of its own pain in the ass. I understand
Is
what
it
you're
though?
saying. I understand
No.
what you're saying. There's definitely a big resurgence of oil paint, and oil paint, always has had a deeper, richer, more vibrant color. Um, it's just carcinogenic, which is why it fell out of favor. And so is the stuff that you have to use to take it off. So
I think that there's a lot of carcinogenic things in our hobby. I think about that a lot. Especially
um,
like it seems like
not
anything Tamaya makes, I get lightheaded when I open the
yes,
packaging.
all of that. I mean, the thing is, okay, so acrylic paint is plastic melted into isopropyl alcohol at its most fundamental. Um, Not carcinogenic. Isopropyl alcohol and the plastic is not carcinogenic. The fumes that come out of oil paint are carcinogenic, and so is paint thinner. Um, that's why it fell out of favor. But even in like classic painting at art school, everybody knows that if you want your painting to look better, you use oil. It just has this richer, deeper, more vibrant like color. It has a longer flow life so that you can move it around. Um,
You can reactivate it easily.
you can reactivate it. It's just super nasty stuff. That's it. That's just the thing. It's just nasty for you.
Well, all the best stuff seems like it's always the worst for you.
Absolutely. Um, so the last time I used oil-based paints was when I was doing model airplanes as a kid.
Uh,
That's the last time I used it. But yeah, if you go to like the technical painting manuals that the people who are like super into really, really accurate like World War I and World War II tanks, right?
yeah.
They don't. There's not a. If there's an acrylic in there, it's like it's like a Vallejo acrylic wash for like a satchel, right? And that's it. It's all it's all the oil based stuff.
Yeah, they use plenty of acrylics, but I know what you're saying. Yeah, Zidane, far from as carcinogenic as parts of the 40K community, so I think we'll be all right. I agree. I think we
uh,
built up a tolerance.
yeah, we're definitely built up a tolerance, or it's metastasizing. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know yet. Waiting on those results. I need my black paint. Where's my black paint? Here it is.
Well, we're almost finished
We
here for
are
the
almost
listeners.
finished. We are
Any
almost
other
finished.
hobby updates?
Sure. So I got all my primary accoutrements painted. I got my dark metal that needs to be highlighted. I got like my wires and my cords, which need to be washed. I got my first layer of gold down, which is going to be washed back towards a bronze. I tried to get a bunch of little details painted. Well on my way. I didn't do anything with the chaplain. He's going to need some alone time. Um,
Oh, hello time, huh?
yeah, he's gonna need some alone time, and I'll be ready for the 24th.
Oh, that's next weekend.
It is.
We're
It
gonna be getting
is.
together. We're gonna be doing what? Like all day? Are you gonna pick me up at like 6 in the morning? Is this the plan?
So
You're gonna make
that
waffles in your car on the way to the studio?
the plan is that Josh isn't coming.
What?
I'm coming. I just have to
It's
come
just
late.
it's just you and me now.
Oh, well then.
No, Josh will be there around 11. So the plan is that I will pick you up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. We'll eat waffles in the car.
Okay.
Um, and then you and I will play our games until Josh gets there. And hopefully we'll have the games from Sean. But if we don't, we'll just pick missions from the book.
Okay. Or maybe we can play a game of Warcry while we wait.
Um,
Huh?
I yes, I don't know where the Warcry stuff is.
Well, I got 13 teams now, remember?
Okay, we'll bring two and we'll be okay.
I'll bring 16.
Okay.
All right. We're good.
I'll
We'll
bring
be good.
I'll bring 16.
Frank, I saw the picture you threw up in chat, liking it. I definitely dig it. Always love charging Primaris with giant axes, power axes.
I love that it's sitting on a proxon. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, I mean that is pretty
I
cool.
like that it's on a
You could
proxon
slice all the foam with that.
laser cutter, like foam cutter, laser cutter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't
Is
get
it a
paid.
laser cutter?
No, I mean,
It's a
I don't
wire.
know. What's a laser, anyways?
I
A
think it's
co-
pretty specific
eh,
and not a wire.
I think it's a coherent beam of light
Oh
that
my.
operates at the same frequency, but I'm pretty sure that a wire is also a laser.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Pretty sure.
Okay. Well then.
Okay, everybody. On that note, thank you so much for joining us this Sunday evening with this hobby and chat. If you have not already joined our Discord, please come on in and have some fun with us. There's a whole bunch of great things going on there. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please help us get to that 10,000 subscriber mark so we can give away the Piety and Pain, the Codex, as well as the dice to one lucky Discord winner. And as always, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you have been inspired to continue your hobby as you guys continue to inspire us to do our hobby. And as always, we'll see you on the
Table.
Cool.